a look at some of the important jobs that need doing so that I can use my track out here. I think the camera angle can show that this track here sunk a lot lower, and in fact what's happened is the whole of that back part there has sunk. The very front track here, that seems to be okay and level, but the whole of the back, which is composed of one length of tannalised timber there and some plywood underneath the felt, so that's felt and ply under there. So I think I'm going to have to strip all that out in order to deal with it, and I guess what we will see is the impact of weather on a felt and ply versus the impact of weather on exposed timber. We've also got sagging track here. Not as clear what's going on there, but that's certainly sagging a lot. All sorts of things happening there. Bits of wood lifting up. So it's not very even as we go along there. Difficult to know how to deal with that. But if the locals, if we can level it up enough for locals and trains, as it were, to run along it, and although it's forecast to be quite cool, the brass track here has got hot to the touch. By that I mean quite hot. So the sun soon has an impact on the track. And then the other thing that's fairly obvious to me is at this end I've got a section that's a lift out section, and when fabricated or made, this metal bridge was reaching the ends, so was the plastic bridge. It's not reaching the ends anymore, and even stretching the track as much as possible, there's a centimetre gap there. Even when I've tried to close the gap, still a centimetre gap. The track bed itself feels reasonably solid. It's on these two, whatever they are. They're more than 4 before. Maybe they're 6x6 posts. But they've drifted apart. And the easiest way is going to be to loosen the track on this curve here and just stretch it further onto the bridge so that we can close the gap rather than trying to move the track bed itself. And apart from weeding, the usual attention to rail joiners, I've run a battery loco around it, that just to look for derailment. It's getting over the vegetation sufficiently, but there's vegetation to deal with as well. So a few things to do, but I think the major one, well, 2 major ones, that side, all but the front track, needs attention, and then behind that holly tree. Well, I built the whole lot at some point, so I should be able to rebuild it if I give myself a few days and get the right materials.